My positive thoughts are that we had a disappointing match last night by the way we played. I didn't think we fought hard all night. I kind of have a theory that if you keep competing and you compete and compete, pretty soon, the process will take you to success. And I didn't think we did that last night, and we had to talk about it after the game. I thought they came out. The positive thing to me today was I felt like they fought for points. They fought for points. We only took a few breaks in the 5 sets, what I call breaks, where they just kind of lose focus and we let 2 or 3 points slip by. I thought they were better focused today, more disciplined today, and then I felt like that they worked to make a play or whatever they needed to do to score a point in the heat of the battle. Yes, I was disappointed because I felt like that we could have won the match, but you can't go coulda, woulda, shoulda if you don't make the plays or you don't do what's necessary to win. Just to sum it up, I was much more pleased with our overall effort, our overall personnel today, because we had people stepping up that had not stepped up all year. I thought our freshman stepped up. Noelle, she served, received well. She ended up with double-digit digs. I thought Janae stepped up. Janae hit well last night, excuse me, and she hit well today. I think she had 3 blocks or block assists. She stepped up. Nadima played better. She had, I think, 11 kills. Of course, Laura is our stable one. You have to look at Zoe. She had 8 blocks. So if you kind of go across the roster, you look at Lee, she had double digits in digs. So I felt like we did things better, and I understand that it's a process to get to be successful, and I think we're taking the steps to get there. And these kind of matches, they have the downside, but what I think you have to do is look at the good and build on to the good of what you're doing.
You've had so many close matches, and unfortunately, all but one have not gone your way. What are you saying to the girls after a game like that? How do you keep them to focus positive?
Well, we focus on the good things they did, and I keep telling them we're knocking on the door, and pretty soon the door is going to open, because pretty soon the mistake you made today, you won't make it tomorrow. And we will go back to practice, and we will work on these things that we haven't done very well in a match situation. And we're working with a lot of freshmen too. We are. Even Lee is a transfer, so she's new. She's not been in the program for her 2 years prior to this. So I think it takes a player, even if you're a transfer, almost a season to really, for their feet to be on the ground. And then our freshmen have been through no off seasons, like with Coach Barron. So, for where we are, and if we keep growing, I think we'll be a much better team by tournament time than we are right now.
First time this year, you got 4 different players in double-digit kills.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to start effectively moving the ball around on your offensive side?
Very. And we've talked about this. This has been something that the coaches have talked to the players about. If you look across the net, that team has 4 people that are in positive figures. If we only have 3, then we're working like with one hand tied behind us. So everybody has to do their job, and their job is to be positive, to hit positive or to block or whatever you're doing. You have to do that. And today we did, and the competition was great. They were very competitive, and I commend them for it.
You mentioned her, Janae, 19 kills, career high, 447 percentage career high, 3 blocks. And and then a kick save to keep a rally alive in the fifth set.
Mm-hmm. I think she had a tremendous match, and I've been waiting all year for Janae to have this match. She has the ability, she has the physical ability, and I am so glad for us and her that she came through with the match and did what she could do. The kick, I think it was a reaction, and it was fun, and I'm surprised that we got away. They didn't find, whatever, they wanted to say. But it was fun, and that was a fun thing to watch. So, good for her. Great reaction.
El Carey, you mentioned her 22 digs, but the fact that she's a freshman with no offseason and a walk-on seems like just a tremendous find.
She has been. And Noelle is, she comes to practice every day. Very coachable. Very coachable. She listens, and she's smart, and she tries to implement what you ask her to do. And she has played better and better each match. So, yes, we are pleased with her.
Touch a little bit on, you out-hit them, you almost out-dig them, you out-block them, your measurables are right there, and it just doesn't fall. But having that ability for such a young team, that's a team that's a good team. To have, even though you're close, is it a confidence builder for your freshmen, or is it almost like we got to pick ourselves back up and refocus?
I think it's how we approach it as coaches. I think if we keep it on the positive side and say, look, Noelle, for example, look what you did in this. You passed 2.5, and you had double digits in your digs. Now let's build on this. Let's look at the digs that you missed. How can we change that? How can we make you better? I think that's the approach that you have to take. I think we have to go from the positive side of building confidence instead of, going, doing the sign saying, oh my goodness, we got beat again, we got beat in 5. We can't do that. You just can't do that. You can't do it with young teams either. I just think that that's not the pattern to take a team like this. I think they felt better. They felt bad how they played yesterday, the second match. I think they walked away feeling better about this match. And that only tells you that at this level, Division I, that possibly everybody you line up that's across the net, this is the way the stats are going to be, and it's who makes the fewest errors. I tell them, ladies, if we take care of everything we are supposed to take care of, the tips, the pushes, if they have to win off of great plays, great blocks, great digs, then we become harder to beat. So if we only take care of our business like that, that's a great step. And then you get to the point where you make that great play to win by 2 or what else. But we're getting better at taking care of the things that should be taken care of. That's a given, that if you miss that dig, that's a dig you can't miss at this point in the game. Or if you miss that block, you can't do that at this point. So we're getting closer. We are.
Zenobia Willis, 8 blocks, 3 solo, and it seems like they started avoiding her after the third set.
Right. And Zoe's technique is not quite where it needs to be. She's a little bit slow getting her arms up, and we're working on correcting that, but she is, even with her not doing everything fundamentally sound, she still is a great blocker. She walks away with 8 blocks today. That's more than 1 block per set. So, I am really proud of that, and we'll work daily to get her fundamentally more sound, get her arms quicker, and she'll even be better.
You had fewer errors today in 5 sets than you had in 3 sets last night. It seems like they were really very focused, very driven today.
Mm-hmm. The loss last night, this team wants to be good, and they work hard, and they practice hard, and they compete hard. In practice, some days if you come to our practice, I mean, they are just competing and competing and competing. And I told them last night, I said, y'all, listen, to me, you didn't play near as hard tonight as what you play in practice. So, you know, that's something we have to change. So I think they want this. I know they do. It's just a matter of you have to grow them into it as a team. You have to grow your freshmen, you know, and groom them. So it's just a process. And, you know, we'll get there, but it's just going to take some time.
And then you had a much more consistent effort out of, I thought, Nadima today.
Yes, yes. Nadima has got she's got those knee problems. And when her knees are hurting really bad, I think she's hard pressed to try to jump and to try to block. She's got a heavy arm, and of course, you know, we want to use her heavy arm. And it's kind of a, you know, we're always saying, are you good to go? Can you do this? And of course, she's waited 4 years to play because of her knees. She's had 3 knee surgeries. And, you know, we want it for her so bad also. But I just think after we played yesterday's morning's match, that maybe her knees can't take 2 matches in one day. And that's not unusual, because she is a senior. She's jumped a lot. She's had surgeries. So, you know, we just try to get her through the week to get her to the matches. So.
You finally get a week off.
We do.
I know you've been looking forward to this. Get a week to regroup and rest a little bit.
Yeah, I think both. And sometimes when you take a little bit of time off, maybe the dust settles a little bit with your freshmen, and they can and team, and they can reflect and come back renewed again and get ready for the second half. That's what we're going to do. So we'll see.
Good. That's all I got.